It's Christmas Eve, 1914, and a British soldier named Albert is lying in 6 inches of frozen mud, waiting to die. Then he hears singing. Not orders, not gunfire. German voices 30 yards away singing Stille Nacht into no man's land. He doesn't shoot. He starts singing back. By morning, men who were killing each other 12 hours earlier are trading cigarettes over the bodies of the dead. And within a year, the men giving the orders made sure this could never happen again. The version, ends there. One beautiful night, soldiers laid down their guns, and the war paused out of Christmas spirit. That's not what happened. It wasn't one night. It wasn't one place. And peace wasn't the accident here. It was the thing High Command spent the next year making sure never happened twice. By December 1914, the front had frozen into trenches sometimes less than 50 yards apart, close enough to hear coughing, close enough to smell the other side's cooking fires. Historian Stanley Weintraub, who spent years documenting the truce, found that the fraternization wasn't ordered by anyone. It started independently, in dozens of separate sections along an 800-kilometre line. The moment soldiers realized the men trying to kill them were freezing in the exact same mud, eating the exact same ration bread, writing the exact same letters home. No general planned it, no treaty allowed it. It happened because proximity did something distance was designed to prevent. Along the Western Front, near Plögstedt, British and German units used the ceasefire to walk into no man's land and bury their dead, bodies that had been rotting between the lines for weeks, too exposed to retrieve under fire. Joint burial services were held. Officers from both armies stood side by side reading psalms over each other's soldiers. In some sectors, the truce lasted not hours, but 4 full days. Men traded rum for cigars, buttons for chocolate, addresses for nothing at all, just the promise that if either side survived, they'd write. A German unit near Frellinghen produced a football, and a match broke out on frozen ground that had been a killing field the week before. Then came December 1915. This time, nothing happened, because command made absolutely sure of it. British headquarters issued direct orders threatening court-martial for any fraternization. Artillery units were ordered to bombard their own front lines on Christmas Eve if the guns went quiet, specifically to prevent a repeat. Entire regiments that had taken part the year before were quietly rotated out of the line before the holiday arrived, reassigned to sectors where none of the men had faces to remember. The war's leadership hadn't just discouraged peace. They'd engineered an entire logistical system down to troop rotation schedules to make it structurally impossible for it to happen twice. That's the part the postcard version leaves out. The truce wasn't dangerous because it stopped the killing for a day. It was dangerous because it proved the killing had never required hatred, just orders and distance, and men who'd never been given the chance to see each other as anything but targets on a map. Once they had that chance, once they'd shared bread and buried each other's dead, the war stopped making sense to the people fighting it. And an army that stops making sense to its own soldiers is an army 1 Christmas away from refusing to fight. That's not a threat you fix with a Christmas card. That's a threat you fix with an order to keep firing. So the real question isn't why the guns went silent in 1914. It's what 4 more years and roughly 15 million more deaths might have looked like if command hadn't made absolutely certain the silence never came back. Albert went back to his trench that January. He never spoke about what happened that morning to anyone outside his unit. Somewhere in France, the ground he sang across is still there. Nobody's checked if the silence ever really left it.